a tradition unlike any other. And we are live at Susquenita High School for what ultimately and fittingly during Super Bowl weekend is the Super Bowl of Perry County sports. And we have a non-conference matchup, 4 games here today at Susquenita High School in Duncannon, Pennsylvania for the 2026 edition of Chuck a Duck. As today we have 4 games, starting off with the junior varsity boys game between the Susquenita Blackhawks and the West Perry Mustangs. Hello everyone watching on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page and on Pico Sports Talk YouTube channel. I am Alex Ball, the Golden Pipes of Perry County basketball, and this is arguably the biggest rivalry in all of Perry County sports. These are 2 schools that do not particularly care for one another, but the beauty of this rivalry, especially in basketball, is that the action is going to be lit up here today, and it's all for a good cause. As the Chuck and Duck quadruple header is brought to you by the Bank of Landisburg and by Pico Yardscapes. This was the coverage brought to you by those 2 companies. And we're set here for our junior varsity game. Here, boys, the schedule for today, starting in just under 4 minutes, we'll have West Perry versus Susquenita in the junior varsity boys matchup. The JV girls matchup will be coming up right after this. And then starting around, I think they said 4:15, 4:30-ish, we'll have the varsity boys matchup in a non-conference PIAA District 3 matchup between West Perry and Susquenita, and then the girls' varsity game will wrap up our day. All proceeds here from this event, when it comes to ticket sales, rubber duck sales, concessions, and everything in between, it all goes toward a good cause. We're talking about the Wounded Warrior Project, a different charity every single year. Last year, I remember it was Hurricane Relief, and this year it is the Wounded Warrior Project. Great organization, helping our wounded warriors after doing battle for our freedoms. And here today is all for the Wounded Warrior Project for the tradition unlike any other. Tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday, but fittingly, we have what we call our Super Bowl here today for Perry County sports. The biggest rivalry arguably in Perry County sports, West Perry versus Susquenita in boys and girls basketball. This is the first time that both these teams are meeting this season. The varsity matchup, the varsity boys, this will be a rematch coming up later in 2 games from now when West Perry and Susquenita went toe-to-toe for a Perry County championship earlier this season, which of course was won by Susquenita. West Perry and Susquenita girls basketball, junior varsity or varsity, haven't met each other at all this season, and there will be games 2 and 4 for our schedule here today. We are live at Duncannon Susquenita High School for Chuck a Duck 2026. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back in about 90 seconds to get things started here at Susquenita. It is Chuck a Duck 2026 Junior Varsity Boys game coming up next. And it's live on Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook and YouTube channels. We'll be back. Get things started here at Susquenita High School. We are back and getting you set for Junior Varsity Boys coming up here to get our day started. And we have the starting lineups for you here today. First for the West Perry Mustangs. The freshman, rank number 2, is Marcin Kring. The sophomore, rank number 3, Grady Brown. Junior, rank number 11, Ryan McCurdy. The sophomore, number 20, Colt Sigler. And a junior, rank number 33, Eric Bidwell. That's the starting 5 for the Mustangs. For Susquenita, rank number 0 is Christian Boyer. Number 14 is Hunter Mitchell. Number 21 is Julian Boyer. Number 22 is Dominic Nelson. And number 33 is Cooper Dixon. And we are underway here at Susquenita High School for Chuck a Duck 2026. West Perry in the green, Susquenita in the white. And there's offense rebound for Cooper Dixon. And a first foul of the game early on here. West Prairie Junior Varsity boys winning 3 of their last 5 games. First foul was on Ryan McCurdy. Ryan McCurdy, a junior, he does get some varsity playing time every now and then this season. And Susquenita looking for a complete sweep today. In a complete history of Chuckaduck, we have never seen a 4-game sweep. Of course, the 4 games schedule hasn't started until most recently, in the right before the COVID-19 pandemic. But we've never seen a 4-game sweep. A rejection here, a shot there for Ryan McCurdy, for Grady Brown. And ball goes out of bounds. So we hear the Hunter Mitchell. And now straightaway 3 is off the mark there for Christian Boyer. And it's rebounded by Grady Brown. And good right here for Ryan McCurdy. McCurdy with the offensive lead and circling around and gets the first 2 points of the game for the Mustangs. Susquenita boys and girls basketball in the varsity game, all the heavy favorites later on today. So Susquenita, they get one of them, and most likely they're going to get 3 or 4 wins. But this is a referee and a travel call there on Susquenita. That's number 21, Julian Boyer. This is the future of West Prairie and Susquenita varsity basketball. Some of these players have some varsity playing time already for both schools. And this ball is loose. Here's Grady Brown. Brown, a nice pass and a shot for Coach Sigler. Is off the side of the backboard. But the Mustangs have a quick hurry-up offense. We have seen this all season long. Coach Sigler from 3, and he buries it off the glass. And Coach Sigler, who has some varsity playing time, gets the first 3-pointer, and the Mustangs are on fire to start this game. 3-point shot off the mark for Cooper Dixon. Rebound up once again by Grady Brown. 3 rebounds for him already. A whistle, a foul, first foul on Susquenita coming up in this game. And it's on Christian Boyer. Christian Boyer called on the foul, so the Mustangs get back. Coach Segler with a nice shot, a little strong, and it's rebounded by Dominic Nelson. And quick hurry up, and there is Dominic Nelson. A quick rebound, and he drives forward and scores the first 2 points for the Hawks. We are up here at the Crow's Nest, the same place we were at for the Perry County Tournament earlier this season, back in December, in the last week of December. We love it up here, and here's a quick foul on West Perry. It's already the second foul on Ryan McCurdy. Quick shot, and Hunter Mitchell with a quick assist and lays one up for 2. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. Substitution coming in for the Mustangs. Lawson Leichner, the freshman, coming in for West Perry. West Perry is under direction of head JV coach J.P. Page. And for Susquenita, Danny Boyer, who is the father of Christian and Julian Boyer. And now this ball is loose and going up. If it's Nelson takes the shot, it's off the mark. And it's rebounded by Eric Bitwell. Eric Bitwell has some varsity playing time for West Perry. A couple of games so far this season. Eric Bitwell looking for a big call. And here's a timeout called by the Mustangs. J.B. Page saw something he didn't like, so West Perry takes a full timeout, it looks like. Yes, it is. So we'll take a break. 5-4 for the West Perry Mustangs. with 3:31 remaining in the first quarter. Take that back. It was actually a 30-second timeout for the West Prairie Mustangs. Jamie Page just wanted to get something cleared out very quick. A whistle, a foul. It's a foul on Christian Boyer again. That's his second. Team second of the first quarter. Substitution coming for the Hawks, and it's Bryce Hustetter. And now Eric Bidwell firing for three off the side of the backboard, and actually goes behind. Hits one of the black bars behind the basket. That's considered out of bounds. And now Susquenita looking to take the lead for the first time. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. A pass intercepted easily by Grady Brown. Brown with a hard layup off the mark, but offensive rebound, and there's 2 points for Lawson Leitner. Lawson Leitner with his first 2 points coming off the bench. Tough shot here for Hunter Mitchell. Offensive rebound, and Mitchell with the second chance effort gets those 2 points back. Grady Brown. Rebound passes it over. And now wide open look for a corner three, and that is Marcin Kring. First three-pointer of the game. And the Mustangs have a 2-shot lead. And good pump fake shot, not there for Cooper Dixon. And it's cleared by Coach Segler, who lost it right away there from Hunter Mitchell. And from mid-range, here's a shot, and that drops in for Ryan Kuhn, who just came in for the Hawks. It's back to a one-shot game, 2 minutes remaining. And a whistle called on Susquenita. Fouls the first on Dominic Nelson. Now, over at West Prairie, we do not broadcast or stream the junior varsity games all that often. So, we are Prairie County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page and YouTube channels, and we figured that it would be nice to give the junior varsity teams here with us today some recognition. And thus, here we are for all 4 games here today. So, that's try 6, Chuck it Doug. Here's the 3-point shot off the mark for Connor Rado. 90 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Susquenita down by 2, and here's the shot, and we are tied. Carter Foose there with the 2 points, or I take that back. It was actually Connor Rado. And now Susquenita has taken the lead here with Carter Foose. Oh, that's right. It was actually Carter Foose going back to back. And he gives Susquenita the lead for the first time, and West Prairie ties her right back up with Lawson Leitner. Wow, wild first quarter here. Whistle and offensive foul. On the shove, out on forward. West Prairie fans asking for a technical foul, but it's a regular foul. And it's on Susquenita's Julian Boyer. There's Grady Brown. And here's a reach in. Foul is on Carter Foose. 44 seconds remaining. And that's now 5 fouls on Susquenita. So West Prairie will have a player to the free throw line, and it's Grady Brown. Grady Brown has some varsity playing time this season for the Mustangs. First free throw, a little too strong for Brown. Substitutions come in for the Mustangs. Wyatt Howard and Braden Morris now in for the Mustangs. And second free throw drops in for Brown. Back to a 1 point lead for West Perry. We got back and forth style first quarter here. There's Carter Foos, and ball is loose. Kicked around by Brady Morris. And it'll stay with the Hawks after going out of bounds. A nice big crowd here today, early in the first game. But we're expecting a bigger crowd as the day rolls on. Here's a 3-point shot off the mark for Rado. And trying to get a breakaway score. Trying to find Coach Stegger, but Boss is intercepted. Good moving here for Susquenita, down by 1. There's Julian Boyer. Julian Boyer with a floater, and the Hawks get the lead back in the final seconds. That's probably looking for one more shot, perhaps from Brady Brown. Hard shot goes off the batting cage here at Susquenita High School. That's tough when you have the batting cage right here and you're trying to get the half-court shots. You have to have a perfect shot. You cannot get it up that high. But we have reached the end of the first quarter. 14-13 for Susquenita at the end of 1. This is Chuck a Duck 2026 JV Boys game exclusively on Facebook and YouTube from Perry County Talk Sports Zone. Presented by the Bank of Landsberg and Pico Yard Skates. Back in a minute for a start of the second quarter. Second quarter about to get started here for our junior varsity boys. 1 quarter down, 15 more to go here today. Here we are with Ryan McCurdy. Backwards pass, trying to find Gray Brown, intercepted, and a travel was called on Nelson. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in on the Perry County Talk Sports on Facebook and YouTube channels. I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Basketball. And you want to talk about Perry County Basketball, you will not find a bigger rivalry than what we have here, right here today. In fact, it's happening 4 times here today for West Perry versus Susquenita. JV boys, then JV girls, followed by the varsity boys matchup and varsity girls game. We'll wrap up our day here at Susquenita. And now a 3-point shot is blocked. Kring trying to get a shot off, but Carter Foos says, or excuse me, number 14, Hunter Mitchell says, not today. Susquenita with a 1-point lead. With possession, with the ball. There's Cooper Dixon. West Perry bench making noise for their defense. A nice bounce pass and a shot here, not going down for Dixon. And there's a foul on the Blackhawks. The foul is the first on Ryan Kuhn. And Ryan Kuhn trying to get that ball back on a breakaway by Ryan McCurdy with the shot and goes down. Ryan McCurdy, the junior, gets the scoring started for West Perry in the second quarter and looking at a 3-point play. Ryan McCurdy, a good free throw shooter. Had a chance to talk to JP Page, the head coach, saying free throw shooting has been very clutch for the Mustangs all season long. And the and one is good for McCurdy. And now try to get those three back. A shot for Mitchell, and it's off the mark. And good clearance here for Eric Bitwell. Looking for a home run ball. Coach Segler up front. Coach Segler does have some playing time in the varsity level. And just this past weekend, Coach Segler just celebrated his 16th birthday. Happy belated birthday, Colt. He celebrated his birthday watching Penn State ice hockey at the outdoor game against Michigan State last Saturday. That was cold. I was there too. It was really cold. Almost as cold as it is right now outside here in Duncannon. 10 degrees our game time temperature outside here in Duncannon. Now up by two of the Mustangs, and a shot is blocked by Coach Sigler. This pass taken it back by Mitchell. Mitchell with a layup and doesn't go in. But Hunter Mitchell becomes the first Susquenita player to head to the free throw line. He'll be shooting two off the foul of Coach Sigler, his first. Only the team's third in this game. First in the second quarter, 4:50 remaining. Hunter Mitchell, first free throw, a little strong. Substitutions come in for Susquenita. Let's see, Israel Lodge. And number 21, Julian Boyer, back in for the Blackhawks. Second free throw, and rolls around and doesn't drop in for Mitchell either. Loose ball foul called on Susquenita. It's the second foul now on number 21, Julian Boyer. Ball out of bounds, and while the foul was going to be a foul, it's actually a loss. Ryan McCurdy unable to keep that ball in. It's out of bounds, and Susquenita takes it back. A high-scoring first half. Here's Lodge. Lodge over to Boyer. William Boyer from downtown off the mark. Ball is loose, and taken back by Susquenita, and Susquenita's Hunter Mitchell now has 6 points, and we are tied at 16. And from way downtown, Grady Brown, well short. That would have hit the bottom of the rim. Brown trying to pull off an NBA length three-point shot. And now here's the regular three-pointer, and that is off the mark for Hunter Mitchell. Mustangs and three-point shooting contest here. This one's off the mark as well for the Mustangs. Here's Coach Sigler. Coach Sigler back to Grady Brown. Brown finds Ryan McCurdy. McCurdy has trouble, and will be a half backcourt violation. Grady Brown was trying to find somebody around the area, but gets away. And now substitution coming in. Lawson Leichner back in for the Mustangs. 3:31 to go here in the second quarter. This pass tipped high by Eric Bitwell. Still hung on, however. Israel Lodge. There's a floater, now going down for Boyer. It's rebounded by Marson Crane. This ball is loose, a breakaway, a layup. Oh, not going in for Christian Boyer. A little strong on the breakaway score. Well, it should have been an easy basket, doesn't go down. And the foul called on Susquenita. It's the second foul on Dominic Nelson. And find the court, Grady Brown. Well, and trying to find His target, Lawson Leitner, but goes behind him and back towards the Susquenita bench. Susquenita tied in a good battle here. A long 2-point shot off the mark for Connor Radel. Mustangs. A little bit of a scoring drought here for the Mustangs. Gray Brown trying to end it here with a tray. And that's off the mark, but back to Coach Sigler. Coach Sigler with a floater, and there the Mustangs finally get something going offensively. And Coach Sigler gives the Mustangs the lead back with 2:12 remaining in the first half. And there's a foul. This is on Coach Sigler. That's his second. Substitution coming for the Mustangs. Braden Morris. Shot here rejected by Grady Brown. Now substitution coming for the Hawks. Hunter Mitchell back in. 2:02 remaining in the second quarter. 3-point shot for Julian Boyer, low strong. Offensive rebound for Nelson. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell going back to Julian Boyer. Boyer thought about taking another shot at 3, and travel was called on Nelson. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Substitution coming for both teams. Coach Sigler back in for the Mustangs. And for Susquenita, Ryan Kuhn. Rainbow pass over to Coach Sigler. Rebound back to Sigler, shooting 3 and no good. That was just off the mark. Rebound by Morris, however. Here's Coach Sigler. Second chance at it and unsuccessful this time. Offensive rebound again for Morris. Morris with the layup and it's off the mark. Good defensive pressure for the Hawks. A good high scoring game here in junior varsity basketball and shot off the mark for Dominic Nelson. Offensive rebound, however, for the Hawks. And this pass intercepted, taken right back by Christian Boyer. Boyer gets the shot up, and 2 free throws are coming up for Christian Boyer. His first trip to the free throw line today. It's the 4th foul on Wes Perry, and the 1st on Eric Bidwell. 2 free throws here for Christian Boyer. First free throw drops in. Substitution for the Mustangs. Ryan McCurdy back in. Christian Boyer looking to tie this one up with 68 seconds remaining. And he ties it up with that second free throw. 18 all with 63 seconds remaining in the first half. Ray Brown and looking for Brian McCurry. Pass is intercepted. And no look pass over to Dominic Nelson. Can he finish this one? No, it's off the mark. And this ball is loose. And Susquenita takes the lead with less than a minute to go. Christian Boyer, 4 points in less than 15 seconds. There's Susquenita the lead right before halftime. Good defensive pressure for Susquenita. Over here now to Eric Bidwell. Back to Coach Sigler. Here's Brady Brown. Brady Brown finds Bidwell again. Brown has been struggling from downtown. Gets a straightaway this time, and that's again off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hawks. We have the Susquenita Athletic Director Scott Markowitz with us here today. He's the annual host for Chuck a Duck. Next year we'll be back at West Perry, but today, Aaron Duncannon, and a quick foul, and that's the 5th foul on West Perry now in the second quarter. So the Susquenita will have a player heading to the free throw line, and it's Hunter Mitchell. Or Susquenita saying there's 5 fouls, or well, wait, was it a foul on Susquenita? No, it was a foul on Grady Brown. And now it turns out it wasn't the fifth foul in this quarter. And doesn't matter that much as Ryan Coombe gets two more in the final seconds. 2 seconds remaining. And McCurry with another half-court shot, and it's off the mark. And we have reached halftime. Here our junior varsity game 22-18 for the hometown Susquenita Blackhawks. And we'll be back in about, I guess, 8 minutes. I don't know how much time they're playing on for halftime. Looks like 10 minutes. So we'll be back for the start of the second half in your junior varsity matchup. Susquenita has a 22-18 lead at the half. You're watching the junior varsity boys game as part of 2026 Chuckadug, exclusively on the Perry County Talk Sports official page and YouTube channels. And it's brought to you by the Bank of Landisburg and Pico Yardscapes. Back for the start of the second half in about 10 minutes. We are back here for the start of the second half. First half stats for both teams. For West Prairie, 1 point for Grady Brown, 3 points for Moran King, 4 points for Lawson Leiter, and Ryan McCurdy and Coach Ziegler each have 5 points in the first half for the Mustangs. For Susquenita, 2 points for Julian Boyer and Dominic Nelson, 4 points for Christian Boyer, Ryan Kuhn, and Carter Foose. And Hunter Mitchell leads the Susquenita Blackhawks with 6 points in the first half. And here we are for the start of the second half here at Susquenita High School. Thank you so much for tuning in. 2 quarters down, 14 more to go. Here at Susquenita High School for Chuck and Duck 2026. A shot here, offensive rebound, and that goes down for Dominic Nelson, who now has 4 points. And now the largest lead of the game for the Blackhawks. And this pass intercepted in a hard collision down front for Christian Boyer and Coach Ziegler. And a foul is called on Coach Ziegler. That's his third. Team's first of the third quarter. And now a defensive breakdown, and Hunter Mitchell goes right through the defense, and Susquenita is firing here on all cylinders. That's pretty neat. This basket here, Eric Bidwell, nice stop, and gets one up for an easy 2. That's Bidwell's first 2 points here tonight. Cross pass. Over Boyer. Christian Boyer lost it, and Coach Ziegler gets it. Coach Ziegler with the layup and rolls around, not dropping in. And it's rebounded by Christian Boyer. A little bit of a break here for the Hawks. Hunter Mitchell gets one up, but he traveled before the shot was made. Susquenita fans looking for a foul there. No foul called. Long pass, hung in by Ryan McCurdy. Coach Ziegler, back to McCurdy. Ryan McCurdy gets one up and blocked, but he gets it back right away. Bounce pass over Gray Brown for perimeter 3. He finally gets it in. Gray Brown had several 3-point opportunities in the first half. He finally gets his first one, trying to get it back. And shot is off the mark. Ryan McCurdy looking to go back to back for 3, and it's just a bit short this time for the Mustangs. 26-23 for Susquenita. 4:40 remaining. A very quick third quarter here as we're almost halfway through it. A quick floater for Julian Boyer off the mark. This ball is gnawed up. Brady Brown with the jump ball, and the Mustangs have the possession arrow pointing towards them. Substitution come in for Susquenita. Ryan Kuhn back in. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. The first of 4 games. The second of as many halves. And now whistle and timeout is called by Susquenita. That's a 30-second timeout for the Hawks, so we'll keep it right here. Half year without becoming a PIAA official, year without becoming a referee for basketball. Now's your opportunity. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official. Again, that's PIAA.org. West Prairie Junior Varsity boys had a tough loss in their last game on the road at Northern this past Wednesday, but in the last 5 games, West Prairie has won 3 of them. West Prairie had a very tough Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. I heard rumors that next year West Prairie will be in a different division in the Mid-Penn Conference. Susquenita will stick right where they are in the Tri-Valley League. There's Eric Bidwell back to Ryan McCurdy. Ryan McCurry goes over to Cole Sigler. There's Grady Brown. Now back screen there for Bidwell. Here's Lawson Leitner. Here's McCurdy again. McCurdy trying to get one up, and it'll drop in for Ryan McCurdy. He now has 7 points, and it's now a 1-point game. An offensive foul called on the charge is Ryan Kuhn. Or correction, it was actually on Hunter Mitchell. That's his second. And now substitutions come in for the Hawks. There's Connor Radel and Cooper Dixon back in. Susquenita girls basketball cheering on Susquenita here on the home court. We haven't seen much of the girls basketball players for West Prairie just yet. Their coaches are already here. Ali Howard and Shannon Dyer with us here. Here's Cole Segler. Cole Segler for free. Rejected. Gets it right back, however. He brings it in this time. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Segler. 3:11 remaining in the third quarter here in our junior varsity boys game. This is the last game of the season. Well, no, I actually take it back. I was going to say for Susquenita. Yes, this is the last junior varsity game of the season for Susquenita. West Prairie has one more after tonight. That will be at home on Tuesday. And our first veggie of the night is there to jump ball and the Susquenita possession. Veggies, we do not see that very often over at West Prairie or here at Susquenita. So you find the right spot, they'll wet you. Substitution for West Prairie, Marson Kring is in. Now, ball is tipped. Good defensive stop for Eric Bidwell. Ryan McCurry with the shot. And it's off the mark. Ball is loose. Hung on in there by Brayson Morris. A 3-point shot is short. And a loose ball foul is called on the Mustangs. A low shove. And it's a foul on Eric Bidwell. That's his second. Team's first of the third quarter. A fairly clean third quarter here for both teams. Out to Eric Bidwell, and a shot off the mark, almost taken by Bidwell, and it's cleared by Ryan McCurdy. Here's Grady Brown, bounce past McCurdy, ball's poked free by Christian Boyer. There's a shot, and that is off the mark, but a foul is called. And for the first time tonight, Cooper Dixon will head to the line shooting 2. It's the third foul now on Eric Bidwell. Him and Coach Sigler now with 3 personal fouls. First trip to the line for Cooper Dixon. First free throw, though, strong off the mark. Got substitutions for both teams for Susquenita. Julian Boyer and Dominic Nelson back in. And for the Mustangs, Coach Sigler. Second free throw coming up for Dixon. It's off the glass and it bounces in. Back to a 2-point game with 1:58 remaining in the third quarter. Jay Brown is being heavily pressured. That was Kring. And his ball's knocked down and a double dribble is actually called. Ball stick around with with the Hawks. Ryan McCurdy called on his third foul there. And now straightaway free from downtown. Up, guys, and in for Dominic Nelson. 90 seconds remain in the third, and the Blackhawks have a 5-point lead. Here's Coach Sigler. Mustangs see a big basket here, just over a minute to go in the third. Here's Coach Sigler. Sigler finds Morris. Morris thought about shooting a free. So he finds Grady Brown. Here's McCurdy. Now we do see Westbury Girls basketball out here looking on. And 3-point shot just a bit short for Coach Sigler. Morris keeps them, but right to Susquenita's Julian Boyer. Here is Boyer. 45 seconds remaining. Last pass and backwards pass. I don't know about that one. Dominic Nelson had a clear lane in front, had an easy shot, but he passes it backwards. And now, by the way, Westbury is now in the bonus because, or excuse me, Susquenita is in the bonus because Westbury has 4 fouls in this quarter. 35 seconds remaining. This ball is loose, and Crane lost it, and grabbing onto it was Carter Foose, but he got it but he was out of bounds. 31 seconds remaining. There's Crane. Crane trying to go up under double pressure. Jump ball. He'll stay with the Mustangs. It's a pretty good game so far, and this is the first of 4 here today. There's Sigler. Here's McCurdy. McCurdy gets a shot up, and well, it looked like a good block from up here. And it's actually called a foul, and first time today for Westbury. Ryan McCurdy heads to the free throw line shooting 2. He hit an and 1 earlier. And it's the third foul now on Dominic Nelson. First free throw off the mark for McCurdy. Substitution coming in for Susquenita. Number 20, Dalton Crumlick is in for the first time. Second free throw for McCurdy. And student section for Susquenita. Not doing much there. As McCurdy hits the free throw. Back to a 4-point game. Seconds here, and a defensive breakdown, and Hunter Mitchell now in double digits with 10 points. And not a foul, and not going to have a buzzer beater attempt for either team as time runs out in the third quarter, and a 6-point lead for Susquenita in our junior varsity boys game. We'll be back for the fourth quarter in game 1 of the 2026 Chuck and Duck quadruple header. As Susquenita is out 32-26 heading into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter here in our junior varsity boys matchup. Junior varsity girls coming up next. 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth. I just realized that I completely forgot that there's 8 minutes in the varsity games, only 7-minute quarters in junior varsity. So here we go with Susquenita up by 6. A nice long look pass for Dominic Nelson. Ball goes right under Ryan Kuhn. The Mustangs Coach Sigler with a shot, and that goes in for 2. Almost denied there was Coach Sigler, but he's able to get it up in time and get 2. His shot is blocked. And take it right back, and his ball is loose. And who's going to get the rebound? Let's play Grady Brown. And a foul is called actually before Brown got the ball. Or no, that was actually out of bounds. Okay, so out of bounds there, but Grady Brown gets it back anyway for the Mustangs. Good screen for Bidwell. And here's Kring for free. That's off the mark. It's not desperation time for West Perry, not by any means. A year ago, West Perry at home against Susquenita got the sweep in the junior varsity games before Susquenita got the varsity sweep. And here's the foul. It's on West Perry. And it's the fourth on Coach Sigler. Now you gotta be careful if you're Coach. Coach Sigler has some varsity playing time. Jamie Page, I think he's about to bring a substitution for Coach Sigler on the next stoppage. Susquenita doing well with possession time. Christian Boyer giving instruction. Want to get a big basket here. Wide open low for the corner three, and just a bit short for Nelson. And a foul called on West Perry. Was it? No, it wasn't on Coach Sigler, but substitution. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't a foul. And now 3-point shot for the corner and drills it. It's Christian Boyer. His first 3-pointer today. And now back to a 7-point lay-in. Now here is the definite foul. Yeah, I don't know why, but the officials are calling these fouls, but not telling them who the fouls are being committed by. Are these fouls at all? I have no idea. Now here's Grady Brown, back to Bidwell. There's Marson Kring. And now ball is loose, in trouble. And West Perry tried to call a timeout, but possession there pointing towards the Mustangs anyway. And Eric Bidwell hardly gave the ball to the official. Got lucky there. That could have been a technical error, Bidwell, so sorry about that. And now West Perry will use a timeout. And it's a full timeout for the Mustangs, and so we'll take a break. 4:43 remaining in the fourth quarter, 35-28 for Susquenita. We are back here to resume action after the West Perry timeout. There we go with the Mustangs. And here's Ryan McCurry. Needs this one. Ball is still loose. It's up. And it's cleared by Ryan Kuhn. One foul apiece for each team. It feels like there has been more. And now 3-point shot is off the top of the backboard for Bryce Hostetter. Offensive rebound. Offensive rebound again here for Dalton Crumlick. And now here's the shot, and that will roll in for Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn now with 6 points this afternoon. Ray Brown now a 9-point lead. The largest lead of the game so far for Susquenita. They need this one as Crane gets it off the mark. And a whistle, a foul. I believe this is the second. Yes, it is the second on Ryan Kuhn. And, not a shooting foul? Okay. Not a shooting foul here. It kind of looked like it was, though, didn't it, from up here? But here's Eric Bidwell on the inbound pass. And here's his opportunity there. That's off the mark for Lawson Leitner. And Susquenita in good shape, looking for a junior varsity win here to open up Chuckatuck. There's a shot, and that is off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Crumlick. Now substitutions coming for both teams. Coach Stegler is in for West Perry, and for Susquenita, Israel Lodge and number 14, Hunter Mitchell, back in. There's Sigler. Got to watch out for Coach Sigler. He has 4 fouls in this game. And Gray Brown gets one up, and a nice breakaway scoop and score. And Gray Brown finishes it off for 2. Back to a 7-point lead. Not desperation time for the Mustangs, not by any means. Susquenita looking for the first win of the day on their home court. There's a shot, and behind the backboard, and goes in. For Israel Lodge, his first points of the game. And now there's McCurdy, and a push is called. This is the third on Ryan Kuhn. .247 remaining. Back to a 9-point lead for Susquenita. There's Sigler. Over to Grady Brown. Out up against Christian Boyer. Good move for Grady. Pass down the middle. Coach Sigler has to finish this one off, and he does. Coach Sigler now with 9 points. 4 of them in the fourth quarter. There's a shot that is off the mark. And this shot, offensive rebound is short. And Gray Brown trying to get it back, and he does. 2:15 remaining, and West Perry has to move. There's a shot, and Lawson Leitner gets one up from a nice floater, and now the Mustangs use another timeout. That's a full timeout. 2:05 remaining, a 5-point lead. West Perry has 1 timeout left. I thought they had 2, but I guess not. Let's take a look at some of the comments that we're seeing here on Facebook.
There is none.
There is none? Oh, I thought I saw a couple of them earlier. But, we see we have a lot of people watching right now. I see Judith saying, doing a great job, Alex. We appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you too. That's the only comment I'm really seeing so far. We got one more over on YouTube. I see Dolores say, "Go Mustangs! How you going, Pipes? I'm watching the Olympics too. How about that? Yeah, I guess it is the official first day of the Olympics, even though women's hockey started a couple of days ago. Team USA with a dominant victory already in women's ice hockey. But yeah, how about that? What a weekend in sports. You got Chuckatuck here. You got the Olympics starting in Italy and over in Milan. You got a Super Bowl game tomorrow. What a weekend we got here in Central PA. The only thing that would be better, and hold on, offensive foul, and Susquenita fans not happy about this. College basketball too. Duke and UNC tonight. It's a huge game, huge sports weekend. And there's another one. Golf fans, I know we have a few golfers out here. The Phoenix Open, one of the most popular tournaments in the PGA Tour, is happening this weekend. Wow, what a weekend. a 5-point lead, and this ball goes out of bounds. Susquenita heads on with a minute 18 remaining. Coming up next is the junior varsity girls matchup between West Prairie and Susquenita. This ball is tipped by McCurdy. Handled over here by Julian Boyer. West Prairie boys basketball has one more junior varsity game left this season. That'll be on Tuesday at home against James Buchanan. 1 minute to go here in the fourth in our junior varsity boys game. And intentional foul call here on Grady Brown. Has to reach in with 43.5 seconds remaining. West Prairie has one timeout left. They're down by 5, and what a defensive breakdown there. Nobody saw Ryan Kuhn all by himself. And a very easy basket there. Here's McCurry, bounce pass. Cole passes over to Grady Brown. Eric Bidwell, Brown from downtown, desperation free, and it's off the mark, and Susquenita looking for a quick breakaway, and a shoot, and a score! A foul was called, and Dominic Nelson finishes it and looking for a 3-point play. The foul is the third on Grady Brown. Substitution coming in is Marson King. And now almost an entirely new squad here for Susquenita. Carter Foose, Connor Radel, Israel Lodge, and Bryce Hostetter coming in for Susquenita. A 9-point lead, looking for the largest lead in the end. One is strong, and it's off the mark. Coach Ziegler gets the layup and a jump ball with 9 seconds remaining. Possession arrow pointing towards Susquenita. And West Prairie not going to foul here. Susquenita looking for one more. This is their season finale in junior varsity boys. 1 second remaining, the ball is loose, and that will do it. And Cole Ziegler gets one more for the road. 43-34 for Susquenita in a junior varsity boys matchup. And that is just game one, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, we'll have the junior varsity girls matchup. West Prairie versus Susquenita is live right here on the Prairie County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page and YouTube channels. Now our final score here of junior varsity boys, Susquenita 43, West Prairie 34. I'm Alex Wall. We'll see you next time for junior varsity girls game coming up next in approximately 15 minutes or so. That's what we just said for a brand new stream right here on Facebook and on YouTube. And it's brought to you by the Bank of Landsberg and Pico Yardscapes. We'll see you in, well, they're playing up 26 minutes, so mark your clocks, 26 minutes. For now, we'll have junior varsity girls. We'll see you then.